What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Shiny Circuit. Today we're at Edmonton Collector Con. This is the final show for 2025, happening at the Italian Cultural Center. So doors opened at 10 a.m. and we were here a little bit late to check out all the things here. This one was a con of kind of everything. They have vintage toys to comics to collectibles, and what I'm here for is video games and retro video games. Okay, so we just got here. There's two halls of vendors. You got comic books to vintage toys to modern action figures, video games, Pokémon, even Lego. Admission was $7, but kids under 12 got in for free. The vibe here was pretty bustling. Again, we got here pretty late, but it was still a pretty big crowd here. There were vendors here that had a little bit of everything, and then there were vendors here that specialized in a certain thing, like retro video games. As you can see, this vendor here had a ton of Funko Pops. Funko Pops is something that I usually want to get into, but then I become worrisome because then the addictive collecting nature of it, and there are just so many Funko Pops to collect. Right here we asked for some Demon Slayer one if they had Tanjiro. Mel was looking to pick that up if they did have it, but unfortunately they just had Nezuko. So we ended up skipping that, and also they had some other ones like Dragon Ball that I was looking at. And you could see he just had a whole series of Funko Pops, even from Pokemon. And then moving on, you had kind of these loose figures and action figures. I saw some Star-Lord in there, some Gamora, some He-Man, and some Barbie-esque ones here. Right beside that were some comics. And then Mel spotted something. And finally, the booth I was looking for. Or I should say one of the booths I was looking for. They had retro gaming here. So they had everything from loose Super Nintendo, complete inbox N64, loose Nintendo, and boxed Nintendo games. This booth was the booth I was definitely looking for. Good ones here. Look at all the Pokemons. Monster Hunter. I might want to get the Secret of Mana.
It's low grade, but it could be
Secret
a lot
of Mana.
worse.
How you doing today?
Good, how are you guys? Good.
You're right out of the corner.
It's a little too gummy.
Cool. I was just perusing through their stuff, and most of the stuff this booth had was the stuff I would be collecting for or want to collect for. There's a two there. Do you guys have Chrono Trigger or? Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, nice. Oh, I didn't see that. Do you have Final Fantasy on SNES or?
Yeah. So I have
three. Oh, there. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, with map.
Oh, with the map. Oh, okay.
Manual. So
awesome.
That's why I got it packaged up together. I should have another. Oh yeah, I got Final Fantasy 2 there.
2, yeah.
So I got 2 and 3, and then I have a bunch for Game Boy Advance. So I got 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Oh, nice.
These are like mint. Like the boxes are flawless, pretty much. So, that's my Final Fantasy collection. I think that's all I have.
That's all you have? Oh, you have the Zelda?
Yeah, I got Collector's Edition. They're both those.
Oh, wow.
I also have just the Player's Choice version. I also have like a loose version.
Oh, loose. Okay. Yeah, I might.
And then I also have
that one too.
Yeah.
I'll walk around a bit, but
absolutely.
I just got here, so
The show ends at 4.
Four, yeah.
45
minutes, yeah.
One year, so
Okay,
yeah,
thank you so much.
And at the end of the video, I did come back for one of the games here, and I'll show you at the end of this video what game I came back for. But moving on from that one, they actually had some more comics here that were kind of graded and worth quite a bit. We had Secret Wars right here, and another couple of booths that were dedicated to just comics. Comics are something that I eventually want to get into, but right now it is kind of retro gaming I want to collect for, and as well as some Pokemon I want to collect for. You can see here, there were booths that were kind of had a mishmash of everything. So they had games, comics, and collectibles all in one booth. And when I'm retro video game hunting, I want to go to a booth that kind of specializes in kind of the retro gaming, just because they have a better insight of kind of the pricing with price charting in eBay, and they know the kind of supply and demand that they have for each game. Rather than if you were to go to one that collected a mishmash of everything, it's kind of hard for them to stay on top of pricing good when you have such a diverse kind of collection that you're selling, because each community has its own wants and needs, and to know the trends of each kind of subset of communities is hard to keep track of, because there might be a certain figurine or a certain game that shoots up in price because there's a high demand or there's a major event that happened within that community that you wouldn't know that that would happen unless you're following that community really closely. So if there's a booth that's got tons of games at it, I know I can get a pretty good fair price, especially at these cons, because they're pricing stuff usually at a better deal. If it's either to get rid of some of their stock, or who knows, maybe even wanting to make a trade with the other collectors. We had some Star Wars things here, and these ones look pretty legit and pretty vintage from what I can see.
Oh, cool. They got the boo-boos. The boobies. Or some Pokemon.
And then we had this booth, which kind of had a mishmash of everything, but they did have some Pokemon cards.
Hey, Sparrow. Wow.
Very cool. Sparrow. Final Fantasy 3.
And this very interesting thing they had over here was this gold-plated Happy Meal toy that you get when you bought a Happy Meal during 1997 run of Pokemon there and their collaboration. I never knew this even existed or they had this collaboration, so this was pretty fun to see. And then we have a booth here with some Nintendo stuff, Nintendo DS and Nintendo 64, loose and complete in box. Now Nintendo DS and Nintendo 64 is a collection I'm starting to build out and want to collect for more. But here they had kind of things like Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon Deluxe Edition, some loose Nintendo DS and loose Game Boy Advance and loose Game Boy games, as well as some Pokemon cards in here.
It's like $60 around the $60.
Oh, right here. Oh, hand soaps. I thought those were real ones. That's the 2DS. Look how much yours is going for. Oh yeah, Nice.
Now the next booth, it was retro gaming as well, but this one was a bit different because he had a lot of Japanese exports in here. So he had soundtracks from kind of video game series and manga series, as well as a lot of Famicom, PlayStation 1 Japanese exports, and Nintendo 64 exports. So this booth I stayed at and I was just perusing through it.
Secrets of Room. 11.
He had stuff like Chrono Trigger for the Famicom, Secrets of Mana, Final Fantasy VI actually is the Japanese version of Final Fantasy III.
Look at these are all I think Japanese imports. Look at you got Final Fantasy VI, 3 in North America. All these are like, yeah, imports. That's so awesome.
He also had some PSP games. Now PSP is something I'm looking to collect for too. I have a PS Vita and I have a couple games for PS Vita. I want to build that library out too, but I heard PSP is kind of the golden age of PlayStation handhelds, is where kind of they had the UMD, the proprietary kind of disc and for media and games. And they had a whole bunch of games and media for it. The library is pretty extensive as opposed to PS Vita. The run wasn't that long, so there isn't much games as compared to PSP. But then he also had some imports for Nintendo 64.
Here, Super Mario.
I think this is Pokemon Stadium 2 and Wave Racer.
Okay, let's. I want to get on my money's worth though. It's 150.
We continued to walk around and we saw this booth, which had a plethora of comic books from graded to loose. Some of these looked pretty cool. You could tell some of these were from kind of the late 90s, early 2000s. And then you had this booth, which was really unique because it had just a bunch of Lego figurines, but they were kind of Lego figurines with collaborations. So they had Demon Slayer, they had Marvel, they had Rick and Morty, Breaking Bad, Naruto, Zelda. They had kind of everything you could ever think of if Lego were to ever collab with any of these licenses and properties. Because I don't know how legit these are. I think these are kind of third-party collaborations. I don't think these are official collaborations, but they are unique.
Oh, mini magnets.
But he was good when he feels like this. He's like,
and as we continued to walk around, there were just a bunch of figurines. There were a lot of Hot Wheels here, which is pretty cool to see.
this one.
These action ones. Yeah, because my friend is over there.
Hey, 6 cents. Are you hungry? You just had soup.
No, it's just water.
Well, we're going to sushi, so.
Beyond my
expectations. Cool.
40? $40?
Yes. Oh yeah, because we did what resisted from it so many times when we ate there.
Although we did get dessert.
Huh?
You can try that girl's dessert.
Which one? Oh, Midnight Sprinkles.
It's all gone.
Hey, look.
That's cute.
The Deadpool Pikachu. Oh, these are cool. Oh, Dragon Ball.
Oh, there's some One Piece. Hey.
Oh, Zenitsu. Why don't you want to get that Zenitsu?
No, I like that Funko one.
The Funko. Okay.
You want to get it?
Now, the other hall was tucked away. It was kind of hard to find, but we had to go through kind of the back end, and then we were in this hall right here.
Oh, what is this?
I don't know.
So,
Ranma.
did you ever watch Ranma?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So it's first you made Ranma, Rumiko
Yeah.
made Eyes on a Coke. So it's
Oh.
a very long, kind of more of a shoujo style thing, less of the wacky comedy and a little bit more of the
Yeah.
drama aspects.
Yeah, that's because I picked it up. I thought it was Ranma.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. The oh, they have the thing. We're gonna give to Finn and Ben. Awesome. So they got Miles Morales.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you. Let me know if anything catches your eye, and
Sure.
I can kind of go let you know the prices
Yeah,
there, okay?
for sure. Thank you. Oh, they got Tim's. And they got the calendar. Oh, and they got poster collection. Yeah, I had that. I bought that one. Yeah.
After we had done a couple laps around the whole event, as you can see, I'm coming back to this first booth I saw with the retro games, and right now I'm going to make a deal.
I think I'm gonna be back for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I might take that one.
Yeah, do you want me to, which one were you thinking?
The Final Fantasy 3.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Hold it.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
It won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, you too, and happy hunting. Yeah.
Tiny Toons.
Okay. Well, there's deals to be made, so if you're
Can you click on it too?
you
Focus
should
it.
buy some by the end. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Fire Red too. Oh, sorry. Fire Red.
Yeah, I got a lot of Pokemon right
Yeah.
now. A lot of the DS stuff.
Yeah.
I got Coliseum bonuses.
Oh,
Sealed.
Oh, is that
That's
sealed?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
yeah.
do you have the Pokewalker with this one?
I don't. So usually gets it up to like 425
Yeah.
when you got the Pokewalker.
Mhm.
Yeah, a couple Zeldas. Big Bucks.
Oh, the Resident Evil, nice.
Yeah.
I just got the mini Black Label one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, me too. You got a lot of inbox here too.
Stand up, go to the hall, and start.
Dr. Frankenstein. Too much glare.
Yeah, like,
Go closer.
Roll by roll.
Oh, they got complete inbox for the Secrets of Evermore too. That's awesome. Monster Hunter too.
Start back up. Slow back up.
Yeah, I think I'll just take that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tap.
Tap, yeah. I might have to use card though.
Yeah, you
Insert.
could.
I want to go home with what?
Huh? Right there.
Take a look at it. I can't.
The map. Isn't it?
I don't even remember. Like, hang on. Yeah,
Do you have a complete for Chrono Trigger on SNES?
Oh, I don't have any Super NES Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
You don't want the rest?
Just that's the only copy I have.
Just that one? Yeah.
So I just put my name, Nintendo games.
Okay,
so you can
awesome.
remember
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we are back from the Edmonton Collector Con, and I only picked up one thing, but I was looking to pick this up for my collection, my Super Nintendo collection that I'm building out, and this is one of my grails. This right here. I know you can't tell what it is, but Final Fantasy 3 with the manual and the map. I figured I'd get this now because this was $160. This was $160 with the map and the manual. Usually with the complete inbox with map, manual, cartridge, and the box, it's around $300-ish to $400. So I figured this one, I think he priced it pretty good, and I think he let it go for a good price, $160, because it was at the Collector Con. But I thought this was a steal of a deal. All I have to do is just get a open box, maybe a box, but the map, that's where it got me. The map is still in there. Usually the map is hard to find in these, but man, this was the first RPG I think I remember playing and probably understanding to the point where RPGs were kind of this foreign thing that, you know, before it was all action and all just fighting games or action games, and you never had to. I never played a true JRPG until I played Final Fantasy 3. Around the same time I played Chrono Trigger. That's another one I'm looking to add to my collection. But this one was a steal of deal. I remember playing this Final Fantasy 3. I remember Sabin, Edgar, Terra. I remember having to find Edgar's chainsaw in that, and then there was like a certain thing you had to do, certain quests you had to do to find Edgar's chainsaw, as well as all the blitz moves for Sabin. Fun fact, I used to always name Sabin Bobo for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it was always Bobo. So, but then yeah, and just that whole thing about like that JRPG kind of feel of like going through the story and getting other characters to come along with you and joining your party. That was the first time I really experienced that. The next time would be when I experienced that would be Final Fantasy VII, is when I can remember when you're going through the story and then, you know, Sid, Yuffie, Vincent, they all join you. But this was the first time. I remember Locke, I remember the ninja, Shadow. I remember the ninja. The Shadow was the coolest character when we got the character Shadow. I remember I liked to use him a lot. But I remember I liked using Sabin a lot because of his blitz moves. Like you could input like kind of certain inputs on the controller and then you get special moves that he would do. And then I remember Mog. You missed a certain thing, you wouldn't get Mog. This game was like the first JRPG I played. It was so engrossing, so fun. And just to have the map and the manual. Look at this manual. The manual's in there. It's a bit kind of, you know, has its wear and tear in there, but the map in there. All I need is the box now. I just need a loose box. And then I can complete this one. This would be one of my grails for the Super Nintendo. I'm trying to build the Super Nintendo kind of catalog and the ones I want. So it's Final Fantasy 3. Fun fact, I didn't know it was Final Fantasy 3. I found out as a kid, but like my cousin told me that this was Final Fantasy 3 in the North America, but in Japan it was already up to Final Fantasy 6. This was known as Final Fantasy 6. And then I never knew that it was Final Fantasy 3. And then some of my cousin's friends were hardcore gamers, and they knew about the Japanese releases and stuff like that. And they're saying, "Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 6, yeah, it's a good game." And I always knew it as Final Fantasy 3. A fun fact that I learned that there was Japanese and North American releases, and not everything was made here, and like these originated from Japan, and it's like the whole like JRPG kind of scene opened up for me. So it was quite eye-opening for me. But I remember playing endless hours on this. It was so fun. But yeah, I want to collect this. I want to collect this. This is one of my grails. Chrono Trigger is definitely one of my grails. I remember playing that as well. Some other ones, Super Mario RPG, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I remember playing that as well. That was more kind of the RPGs I was used to, where it was kind of an action RPG. Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, and Earthbound. I remember that as well. After playing this, I played Earthbound. That was kind of even more hardcore JRPG because it wasn't even like, you couldn't see the characters fighting in that one. And I remember it was just dialogue. It was just the enemy on there, and it was kind of like the old school kind of Dungeons and Dragons. You just see the enemy, and then you see kind of the options on there of what you're going to do. And I remember you had to. It didn't appeal to me as much as this because I could see the characters and the actions I was telling them to do. But on there, you'd be telling the characters and putting the actions in, but you'd have to read what the actions were doing. Whereas here, you would see them actually casting the summon, casting the magic, doing the action moves. It grew on me later on, Earthbound. And then, of course, it's like it's just a staple in any collection, I think. I did play through Earthbound all the way through, but I don't remember it as clearly as Final Fantasy III. But that was Edmonton's Collector Con, as well as picking up one of my grails for the Super Nintendo catalog I'm looking to build up. But that was it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification for updates. We out.